What are those?
39.5, not 40.
I don't think this thing needed 40s.
Well, it looks cool.
Brought to you in part by Cranbrook Toyota. What was wrong with those?
The Dinky 35s?
Yeah.
The Dinky 35s.
Oh, so you think more power,
Bigger
tires,
less problems.
yes. Bigger tires, more power, less that is normally how it goes.
Yeah, that diff will hold up for now, ish. Probably not, but eh.
So you're on, what, the final steps now? Like, for real?
Got a overflow. Got the awesome Plumber Special ABS intake.
I see that. It's got actual ABS plumbing pipe.
And bigger tires mean I can float.
Yeah, oh.
So this thing sunk last time.
It's right. It's buoyant now. It's got the spray foam
and bigger tires. So I am a boat.
You're right. You don't even need a snorkel.
No, you
It'll
don't.
let float. You'll be above the water all the time.
Just hover like this and poop across there, whatever lake you want.
Yeah, that makes sense. And we got the classic Toyota grill zip ties going down, of course. I think that's how they're held in by factory anyways. If not, that's how they should have been.
Easy.
So, it's been a couple of months since you last saw the LS Toyota. The truck looks the same, but the shop we're working in has completely evolved. Actually, pretty good for filming, other than the audio. But it is time to actually finish off the LS swap. When we ran the fans, it was just running directly into the battery, but Auxbeam was nice enough to send Boy a care package to take care of his fan switch situation. As you guys know, we really like these Auxbeam switch panels. I got one in my Tacoma, in my pickup, in my wife's 4Runner, and now one's going in the LS pickup. So if we check it out, we got all of our labels, and those just get stuck right on there. So you choose what you want the button to do. For example, we're gonna have fans, but like if you installed rock lights or a light bar, you just find the corresponding sticker and stick it on there. So this is a fuse panel that has solid state relays in it, so making your wiring for all your accessories insanely easy. You just give a power, a ground, and a switched power to this panel, and then when you put your light bars or your fans in, you just simply tie into positive and negative to the corresponding slots in the fuse box. And the best part is, when you run this into the truck, there's only this one wire that needs to go through the firewall and into the cab of the truck. So you're not fishing a ton of wires through for a ton of different switches for all your accessories. Super easy. The kit also comes with a breaker, so there's no fuse in this setup, which is a nice upgrade because in my pickup, this is a fuse and not a breaker. So if I blew a fuse on the trail, I'm out of luck. I no longer have my fans. Whereas this, you just simply pop the breaker back over and you're good to go. Some mounting brackets for that guy, and then the mounting brackets for the fuse box. So let's figure out where this goes. What we're doing right now is just figuring out where we want to put the breaker, because I mean either way the included power cables we were given are not long enough. If we mounted it on this side it would be perfect, but because we got to cross down all the way over and then to the battery, there's just simply not enough length. Where we're attaching this guy in the cab is right here, nice and flush beside the steering wheel.
Before you do anything, you gotta put the sticker on. Reflective too.
Yeah, looks good.
Yeah. Thanks, Auxbeam.
Did you have to read it?
Oh my god, it's too much pressure.
Boy is also a light bar kind of guy, and got this real nice 42-inch light bar for the roof of the LS Toyota. I think it looks nice. It's got an amber strip down the middle for daytime running lights, if you so choose. This guy is going on the roof, and of course we're going to tie that into the new fuse box as well. What we're trying to figure out right now is what brackets we want to use. They gave us these ones, and
those are for sides.
these ones.
So those ones go here for adjustability.
And these guys,
Or
you
these
figure, go
ones-
around the back somehow?
They mount to the flat here. If this goes in here like this. and it
Oh,
mounts
so
like
you can
this.
roll it.
You can roll it forward, which I might do that way instead.
You know what's crazy? I've installed so many of these panels, and I've never used every single spot on the 8 hanging panels. But boys, like, well, they were talking about the underglow, and I was telling them how, like, the best underglow I've seen was on Max Powell's old rig, because he had actual, like, cube lights, like pod lights, lighting up the underside. And boys, like, I've got pod lights. So, we've got 2 switches for both the pod lights up front, and there's a light bar lighting up the rear axle, as well as the light bar on the roof, and we've also got his aftermarket temperature and oil pressure gauge backlights on a switch as well. It doesn't help that this light bar has 3 different stages. It's got daytime running lights, which are orange, the center, which can be white as well, and then the full-on light bar there. So yeah, 3 different stages, 3 different switches for the light bar alone. This thing has got more lights than like anything else we built on the channel.
That's the whole reason why I wanted the aux beam, is for those fans. It's just a bonus I had 7 extra slots for 7 extra lights.
That's ridiculous.
Feel the engine kicking. Night to day we're ripping. Aux beam lighting up the night. Going hard, left and right. LSPH, stop the moments here. Power surging in every gear. Dreaming fast on this endless road. Speed of light and overload.
So, we've got some good news and some bad news for the LS Toyota, which I guess is good news depending on how you see it. The good news is the 40s are gone. Boy found some 37-inch Pitbull rockers and threw those on the truck, which just, they look a lot more proportionally just better overall and better on the Toyota drivetrain. Speaking of the Toyota drivetrain, that brings us to the bad news.
It's going up an easy little trail, top of the mountain. Hit a bump and it bounced, and all you hear was a snap. And then only 1 tire fires.
Up a very easy trail, like it's not even an actual trail, it's a road.
Taking a car up that trail.
Yeah. So now we're gonna pull it into the shop, take it apart, and see what the heck is going on. So the reason I was saying that it's bad news, but also good news depending on how you see it, is because this means it's time for an upgrade. There was lots of comments on how these axles are not gonna hold up to that LS, but
I knew that.
But you didn't think it was gonna go on literally nothing. Oh, that's a good bit of metal off of the drain plug. I'm not sure that's all
Just a snap
just the axle shaft. Like, look how metallic that stream looks. It's got a good squirt of brake fluid in my eyeball. That the axle shaft is stuck. We are beating on it hard, and it's just,
I don't know what I did.
it's just not coming out for some reason. That's not broken. But it is really rusty. That might have something to do if I were fighting it. So I guess the welded diff broke.
Yeah, but was it that shattered should have making noise and not really work?
Yeah,
Like, how would I have one tire fire if I blew the diff?
Because it's welded on both sides.
So I
So the
shattered
one,
the one side.
yes, on the inside of the carrier. Hit the back arrow.
Back arrow.
Ooh. Wow, you can see everything
Now
now.
I can see. See?
Oh, she's coming out.
Yeah, coming out.
What do you see? How's the ring and pinion?
I see.
Any carnage in there?
No.
Pull it out, take it apart, and take a look.
The inner axle tube here that just fully grenaded.
Disconnected on like the.
It grenaded. The inside, you can see where it twisted off the power. You can see the angle of the thread of the lines. You can see the twist in it.
Yeah. Well, that's a new one.
If I go get another diff, I just need this piece. And I just weld this piece and put it back together. But yeah, because this is fine.
Yeah, ring and pinion are fine.
Nothing wrong with this. Could use some brake clean, but there's not a chip in this gear.
Yeah, the ring and pinion are just
Everything's
fine.
beauty. It is.
We have acquired another 456 diff. The downside is this guy's pretty crusty. So we're gonna take it apart and kind of make just a hybrid between the two diffs. I think we're just gonna use the other side of the clamshell that is inside that diff and re-weld it and put it back together with this diff because in general, this ring and pinion looks a lot better, the bearings look a lot better.
It's a lot cleaner.
And it's just a lot cleaner. So we'll just use the parts from that to fix this. And then at the end of the day, it's only temporary anyways. If you look on the inside, look, there's no split inside there. But if you look inside this guy, there's that split. No split, one piece, split. Because what we're welding is cast here, we gotta heat it up with the torch so that it actually kind of welds nice. It's another day and the welded diff is all cooled down. And do you know how you can tell this is temporary? Look at that bearing. Oh, that is bad.
Temporary for now until we actually find axle.
Yeah, if any of you guys somewhat locally to us have a Chevy Dana 60 front and a 14 bolt for the rear of this thing, hit us up. Or if you want to buy an 85 front axle
And high steer.
and pretty much, yeah, all that stuff, just ask your rig. That will also be for sale somewhat soon to help afford everything else that's gonna need to go on. Yeah, we just go boop, boop, boop. Ugga, dugga, 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 dugga. That was not supposed to slip off there.
Nope, but it did anyway.
And then in there, and then, yeah, it's a good diff. It'll probably last forever. All right, she's back together, and look at that. That's both sides, tires spinning. We replaced the axle shaft on this side because it actually was twisted when it broke. And this axle shaft came with a real garbage dust plate, which is some of the noise you can hear there. We actually had to bend the crap out of it to get out of the way so that the tire would even spin. The LS Toyota is fixed. There she goes. Lives to break another day.
Pretty much. I'll give it 3 months.
3 months?
2 months, my bet. Anybody want on this bet? I give myself 92 days.
Anyways, guys, that's about it for this week's episode of Dirt Garage. If you could do me a huge favor, hit that thumbs up button, and hey, consider subscribing. We upload weekly Toyota, building, wheeling, and off-roading content. Anyways,
Braking.
we'll catch and braking.
Braking. Wheeling.
Toyota,
Braking.
wheeling, and braking off-road content. Anyways, we'll catch you next week. Peace.